you're here. Yeah, we're so glad you're here. Oh, we're so glad to be together in unity. We're so glad you're here. We're so glad you're here. Oh.
Days filled, and we would like to promote our community and help you with the things that you make. So there we go. I think that's it.
Is that it?
I think so.
All right, let's give Leah a hand for
Oh,
that. All right. So the last several weeks we've been exploring this idea of joy and following your joy and to live from joy and to express joy. So today we're going to bring it home into gratitude. Makes sense, doesn't it? We're going to flow from joy right into gratitude. The soil in which joy grows from is gratitude. So this week being Thanksgiving, it's a holiday that metaphysically reminds us that gratitude is not a reaction, but it's a spiritual practice. It's a spiritual practice. If somebody says, well, what kind of religion do you believe in? I say, well, I'm a gratitudist.
gratitudist.
I have an attitude of gratitude, right?
Yeah.
Because gratitude is how we keep our joy alive. It's how we keep it alive. When the world is noisy, and how many know the world can be pretty noisy sometimes? Family gatherings get kind of interesting. And life doesn't always go as you thought it should go, right? Then those are the times that we want to remember that gratitude is what it's all about. Yeah. We remember to be grateful for the blessings that we do have. People are always thinking about, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that. Well, stop thinking about that. And think about what you do have, because when you are grateful for what you do have, more will be given. Oh, man. If I was one of those loud-sounding preachers, I could really get going with that.
You see, we're standing this morning, so who knows where this will go, right? I mean, yeah. So there is an old story about a man named Tom who kept an empty chair in his living room. And when guests came over, they would ask, who's that spot for? And he'd smile and he'd say, that's my gratitude chair. Every morning I sit there and I give thanks for what's already good and for what's still on the way. He noticed something powerful. The more he practiced gratitude, the more joy seemed to pull up a chair beside him. When his family came for Thanksgiving, even the grouchy uncle, got any of those? And the opinionated cousin, got any of those? Noticed something different. The atmosphere had shifted, not because everyone had changed, but because he had. Yeah, gratitude, like joy, is contagious, and it transforms the atmosphere of a room, of a table, of a heart. That joy and gratitude. Yeah, so 1 Thessalonians 5:16 and 18 says, rejoice always. That's interesting. It doesn't say rejoice when things are going good. Rejoice always. Pray without ceasing. Now, how in the world am I expected to be able to pray without ceasing? It's because your life literally becomes a prayer of gratitude. When you're in that gratitude, it is a prayer. Give thanks in all circumstances, not for all circumstances, but in all circumstances, for this is the will of God. Wow. If we could just do that right there, that would be half of our battle, wouldn't it?
Yeah, metaphysically, rejoicing is aligning the mind with divine order. Aligning your mind with the divine flow. How many understand that we live in a world that is in divine flow? And if you're out of harmony with it, you will notice it because you will have the effect in your life where your energy is out of sorts, you don't feel good, you're grumpy, you're, these kinds of things. You're down. It's because you're out of alignment with the flow of divine order, the flow of life. So I want to get back into that flow with my body, my mind, and with my spirit, right? And so that takes practice, doesn't it? It takes practice. Now, when you come on Sunday morning, it's easy. We're all here. We're loving on each other. We care about each other. We're singing and we're talking and we're, doing great things, for our community and for each other. It's easy to be uplifted and inspired. But then Monday comes. And then there's Tuesday after that. And you know what comes after Tuesday? Wednesday. And then Thursday. And then Friday. Oh, it's almost the weekend. That's how people think. But we don't want to think like that. We want to say, oh, man, it's Monday, right? It's Monday, and I get to live. I get to breathe. I'm here, right? And as you celebrate that, as you allow your energy, to open up to that, then Monday becomes a good day. And then when you lay down at night, you can say, hey, that was a good day, right?
Instead of saying, good God, I got to get up, it's, good God, I got to get up.
I'm
Grateful
going
for the
to get up
chance to get up, right?
and pursue the day. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So when we give thanks, we activate joy. We activate joy. And joy is the infallible sign of the presence of God. How many understand that joy is another name for God? Just like love is another name for God. Like oxygen is another name for God. Like you are another name for God.
Yeah.
Say it with me. Wow. Now let's say it backwards. Wow. Now let's say it upside down. Mom. You guys are good. All right. So, how do we create instant? How would you like to know how to create some instant karma? Instant karma, because we're Americans. We like everything instantly. Mm-hmm. If I'm going to have a meal, bring it to my door. Right? Set it on the porch, and then I'll walk to the door and get it, and take it to the couch. Right? But we're Americans. We like instant potatoes. We like instant. We don't like instant coffee so much, right?
No.
Yeah, I think that's kind of gone. But anyway, instant karma.
Yeah.
Do something good.
Yeah.
Just do something good. Wow, that's the first thing. Bring joy to someone. You find someone down, you put your arms around them and say, hey, how you doing? Well, you're looking good today. I noticed you dyed your hair.
I did.
Wow, that's so interesting and wonderful. And that shirt, it just so embodies who you are, and it represents this beautiful divine essence that you are. And then now she's got a good day. I think it was... Play along with it. Well.
Yes. Instant karma.
But Mark Twain said that I could live for about 2.5 weeks on a good compliment.
On a good compliment, yeah.
Right? How many feel that way? It lifts you up. And when somebody tears you down, what does that do? Oh, yeah. You feel bummed out. You don't want to be around people like that, do you? Because if you're around people like that, they're always bringing you down. What does that mean? That means your vibration's coming down. Yeah. That means you're going to be harder to live with. That you're going to take that with you. It's like the ripple in the pond, and you give it to somebody else. Whatever it is that I've got, I'm going to give it to you.
And that doing something good is more than obviously passing out compliments to someone. It's that being in service. The minute you put yourself into service to another part of God's world. It could be in service to another person. It could be in service to nature. It could be in service to one of our beloved four-legged creatures, right? But the minute you put yourself into service, it's like that's what we're really here for, is to serve each other. And that's like instant karma. That's like
find
instant.
something that excites you
Yeah.
and do it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a lousy day. I've got to do this again. I can't believe it. Nobody else in the church is going to cook a turkey, so Mark says, I'll do it. No, just kidding. No, he cooks with joy.
He does.
I've watched him cook out there on the grill, you know, whenever we have a barbecue, he's out there flipping the burgers and stuff, you know. It's because he enjoys what he's doing, right? And that's what we want to learn from that. We want to enjoy what we're doing. Get excited about something.
So let's talk about how we bring this into this week of Thanksgiving. How many of us are traveling to be with family, or we're going to have family around our table? You know, okay. How many of you are coming to Thanksgiving here at the church?
Right.
Great.
Beautiful.
Great.
Excellent.
Well, think of the Thanksgiving table, okay? Think of how you have that spread out. There's laughter, there's chaos, the mashed potatoes that somehow end up everywhere on everything. The conversation may wander into unsafe territory. Right? We talk about the relative that isn't there, or what's going on with so-and-so. And who invited politics to dinner? So what we tend to do is go, well, this is my chance to prove that my politics is better than theirs. I have the answers and they don't. How dare they talk about my party, my leader? Well, as James always says, those two magic words. So what? Everybody has an opinion. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
Everybody has an opinion, and it's not personal. It's not personal. Remember the first agreement in the 4 agreements. Don't take things personally. It's not personal. Steer the conversation back to what you have in common, what the both of you love. The turkey is great, right?
Or the turkey is not great.
Well, pass the gravy bowl then. And that one family member who tests your peace practice, it's like a spiritual exam. Treat it like a spiritual exam. It's life's pop quiz. How am I going to deal with this? How am I going to respond to this? Gossip, complaining, arguing, so what?
So what? Let's say that together.
So what? In the midst of it, be the light and give up control. Ooh. Give up control. Let go of the emotional pain body, because that's what gets activated in these interactions, right? Mm-hmm. Just let go of all of that. But here's the thing, gratitude doesn't depend on everyone being on their best behavior.
Leah's learned that.
I have. Rarely in a family get-together like that are all the individuals being on their best behavior all the time, right? It's not about perfection. It is about presence. Can you be present with the people at the table, regardless of the circumstances? Can you give them the one thing that they want above everything else, which is to be validated, recognized, and seen? Because that's what we all want, right? Gratitude turns what we have into enough. Gratitude turns what we have into enough. We have become a nation of consistently striving to get more, more, more. And how many of us have come to understand that more is not the answer? As a matter of fact, it's less, less, less. The less you have to tend and to take care of and to, right? It frees up your time. It frees up your emotional space, letting go of all of that stuff.
It frees up your energy.
It does. It does. So it's not about working to get more. It's about appreciating and loving what you have, right? And creating that space where the things that you really want will show up. I have a house full of things that I really don't want.
Hey.
Don't take it personally.
So what?
I have all kinds of, what do they call it, klotchki or what? It's like, well, so-and-so gave me that. I can't get rid of that. Well, that would, everything's got a story behind it, right? But I have a house full of stuff that I really don't want.
Yeah.
And I'm constantly sitting there looking and going, I really ought to get rid of that. I really ought to get rid of all. I really, yeah. That takes your energy.
It does.
It takes your energy.
Yeah.
So loving what you have, okay, I love what I have. There's a lot of it that I need to get rid of, but I love it while it's there. Let's try that.
Very good.
Yeah.
So this whole thing about, material things, they're important, right? They have their place, and they're wonderful, right? They're wonderful. But we get the cart before the horse. That's why Jesus said, seek first the kingdom of God, which is within you, the qualities of life, love, joy, peace, these kinds of things. Seek those first, and then all these other things will come to you, will be added to you. The house, the dream house, the car, the whatever it is that you want, right? Will come to you, but you got to get the first things first, because if you don't, if you're just putting material things there, what happens is you get full of the thoughts of the material stuff, and you're not full of love and joy and peace. And so you kind of have to release the attachment to things. Things are great, but they're not the whole reason we're here, right? See, the toys and the things we have we play with those.
Yeah.
We get to play with those. They're tools that we have, but they are not the reason for our being here, just so that I can drive around in a car.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Well, I think much of the time that we accumulate the things, we're trying to fill that very space of joy and love and those things that we're wanting in our life. And we've kind of been trained to just fill everything with material stuff, right? So instead of being in service to my fellow man and creating joy in myself, I buy another bauble. And that lasts for 30 seconds, and then I have to buy another bauble, right? It becomes
Are you saying bauble?
Bauble? Like a little thing?
I thought you were saying bottle.
Well,
Just trying to clarify here.
could be that too. Who knows? Nonetheless, it's the same effect, whether you're trying to find the joy in the bottom of the bottle or in the bauble. It doesn't come that way, right?
I met a guy one time, he had 12 businesses. And he was very, very wealthy. And he was so depressed and so sad and so unhappy. And he told me, he said, my wife, he said, I bought her 5 Mercedes-Benz, so she would have one for every day of the week, through the week. I said, oh, okay. I don't judge anybody, right? Do you judge anybody? No. People are where they're at. And 5 cars? Okay, 5 cars, whatever. So, what is it? Jay Leno has 500?
I don't know.
But anyway.
He's a collector, though, right?
Yeah. He said that he got to the point to where, he couldn't figure out what to buy her anymore. So on the weekend, one weekend, he bought her a pink luxury car. And he tied a big bow on it and put it out in the driveway. And
I could go with pink.
she looked out the window and she just yawned. Oh.
Aw.
You know? Because it didn't mean anything. Because it wasn't the thing that she wanted. How many know the most important thing you can give to people is your attention and your time?
Yep.
Say it with me. Oh. Your attention and your time. That's what people need. They need a little bit of your attention, a little bit of your time. And not just, hey, let's go to a movie and sit there and not talk to each other and watch the movie. Right? But let's communicate. Let's have communion together. See, communion is a deeper level of relationship. It's a deeper level of relationship. It's where you're communing at that level of connection, that level of oneness, right? And when you have a friend or a partner or someone, it could even be a business partner that you have, that you just commune together. You finish each other's sentences, right? You know each other. Now, don't judge yourself because you think, oh, I wish I had that. Don't do that, right? Because there's levels and degrees of this. Think about how much of it that you do have and say, wow, this is pretty good. Yes, it could be better, but it's pretty good. You see what I'm saying? Be grateful for what you have and then dive in and let a little bit more come, right? Because here's the key. You got to open yourself up a little bit. You've got to be willing to talk about what's on your heart. And of course, they need to be willing to listen. But sometimes they're not ready. How many have discovered that people sometimes are not ready to go where you want to go? Now, do you judge them for that? Say with me, no. You just realize that's where they are. Now, I'm not talking about you.
I wondered.
But you just happen to be the person standing next to me,
Okay.
so I'm using you as an example. But it's this thing of this communion. You know, sometimes it's not saying anything. It's just being with. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
That you're safe enough that you can just be with somebody. And when they leave the house, you think, oh, something's gone. Something's missing. And maybe they didn't even tell you that they left, but you knew. You felt a disconnect for just a moment, a little bit of separation. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we want to learn how to live inside of each other. We want to live inside of each other. Does that make sense? And when you're inside of a person, you have to walk around gently.
Yeah.
You have to move easily in their hearts.
Yeah.
Now, this wasn't in the notes, so that's extra.
It's free.
It's free, that's right.
So the Thanksgiving table,
Oh, yeah.
you think about the table of life, Thanksgiving table, the challenge is that, you know, personalities clash, but when that happens, really, it's an invitation from love for us to look deeper into what is going on. Looking deeper into the person, what's going on with the person, looking deeper into ourselves. Why am I responding or feeling this way? What's coming up for me? So it's really an invitation. You know, our Unity family here is also like a great Thanksgiving table. This community includes all kinds. Have you found out that there are people in this community that you don't have the same opinion with? Every hand should be up because I know you don't all agree with everything I say and everything right? We all still have different opinions. We have old friends, we have new friends, we have new members, we have people watching us online who consider themselves a part of this community. Hi, Barbie Mathis, that can't be here in person, right? Those returning after time away. Life changes and all of a sudden they're back. And each one of these individuals, each one of you adds a different flavor, a different dimension, a different level of richness to what we have here on Sundays and throughout the week. You each are a special ingredient that gets to come to the table and gets to be feasted upon. Your presence, your talents, the way that you do the way that only you can do it, right? Only Susan and Debbie and all the people that stood up that were a part of that decorating team could have decorated those trees the way they're done this morning. Anybody else, and they would have looked totally different. You bring your own uniqueness to this community. So how many of you began attending Unity within the last year?
Raise your hand.
Up high so we can see.
All right, isn't that amazing?
Okay.
Yeah.
How many within the last 6 months? Okay.
Okay.
How many within the last 2 months? Oh, so y'all have been, okay, all right. So how many of you more than a year?
All right.
More than 5 years?
Wow. Beautiful.
More than 10 years? All right, let's really stretch it. More than 15 years? Look at this. Look at this.
You guys are glutton for punishment, aren't you?
More than 20 years.
Wow. Isn't that beautiful?
This is our gratitude right here.
Yeah.
Gratitude for each and every one that makes up this community, whether you've been here less than 2 months or more than 20 years. You're all equally unique and wonderful, and we're so grateful that you're here.
Because together we create a community that is harmonious, and we create that energy of celebration. We like to celebrate. We like to be grateful. We like to be appreciative, right? Because that's the kind of spirit that we want to see in the world. So you and I, we're planting those seeds in our hearts, and when we leave for the rest of the week and we go out there, we're like a bunch of Johnny and Joanne Appleseed planters, right? We're just everywhere we go.
Yeah.
So, somebody just shout out something you're grateful for.
Family. Church, health. Wife. Music. Life.
Husband.
Family.
Abilities.
Friends.
Mr. Magoo, that's his dog.
Mr. Magoo, that's his dog.
If you've never met Mr. Magoo, he's about that big.
And
Maybe.
he's full of joy. He's a joyful.
He's a happy little
yeah,
fellow.
yeah. How about expressing some joy for those who show up early here to set up, to teach, to sing, to pray, or just to offer early morning smiles? Yeah. How about for our newest members and our first-time people who are bringing us fresh light?
Yeah.
And what about for the shared laughter and love that makes Unity what it is, even when we have to endure some rather interesting jokes? Let's affirm together. I am grateful for the joy that flows through me.
I am grateful for the joy that flows through me.
That flows around me and as me.
That flows around me and as me.
I give thanks for this community of love.
I give thanks for this community of love.
And the divine presence that blesses all.
And the divine presence that blesses all. Wow. A traveler once asked a wise teacher, "How do I find joy?" And the teacher replied, "Start by saying thank you for what you already have. The traveler said, "But I don't have everything I want." The teacher smiled. "Then start with what you have, and soon you'll discover it's everything." Because it all comes from what you have now. So, hey,
Hey.
let's take a breath together.